Hello and welcome again to our AIS platform for another issue to discuss, which is not a new issue, but because we are in the month of January, and this is the month where many who are now keen to finalize their career path, this is the time of enrollment, and the same is if you have decided to become an Ayurvedic practitioner and you feel that yes, you have now taken a step to become and choose Ayurveda as your profession, which is one of the most fast becoming modality in the Western world and come under complementary medicine. But one thing I want to share, which I came to know in the recent last 4 or 5 months, and again, that's a very sad part, but I have again no hesitation saying this from the very beginning, that I am not talking about this information just to undermine anyone or to speak bad about anyone. This is all about, very frankly, very clearly, without any fear, I am talking that be aware of wrong information when you are choosing an Ayurvedic course. Now, when I say this, what that means? We came to know that in Australia there are now few colleges has come up who are offering Ayurvedic courses, but they are not registered training organization. So what that means is they are not able to, or they are not legally able to offer the 2 qualifications which are nationally recognized Ayurvedic qualification in Australia, and they are coming under Australian qualification framework, and those qualifications are diploma in Ayurvedic lifestyle consultant, and then the advanced practitioner course. But these qualifications have their code, right? Say the diploma has HLT 52615, and in the same way the advanced diploma one has the code. So these 2 qualifications are nationally recognized. What that means is, any institute, if they want to offer a qualification in Ayurveda which is recognized in Australia, first of all they need to be an RTO. RTO means then there are certain guidelines, regulations which has to be followed. First of all is that your teacher whose qualification in the teaching also need to be there, because this course is all about assessment based and has to be assessed by a teacher who is having that qualification. But what is happening is, on the name of recognized qualification or the name of the accredited qualification, those colleges who are not RTO, those who are not offering those nationally recognized Ayurvedic qualification, but alluding within a wrong and false information to many prospective students that yes, our courses are accredited, our qualification what you will get is recognized qualification, but those qualifications are not recognized in Australia because they are not being RTOs. So that's one thing is happening, and it came to our notice. And because I am associated with the teaching and with the in Australia running an institute, so some might say that I have a personal interest. Look, one thing, at many platforms I have spoken, I'm happy to even have a very open discussion in front of all of you who are associated with Ayurveda, that why I talk about these things. Reason is, every one of you must understand, those who are already Ayurvedic practitioner at whatever level, Ayurvedic doctors at whatever level you are practicing, that Ayurveda is fast becoming the most leading complementary medicine in Australia. And hence, time is coming up, which might happen in a year time or 2 years time or whenever, that government is going to bring up this regulation that only those who have these qualifications, which are Australian recognized qualification, they are the only one who can practice Ayurveda. Then those who are getting lured on the name of recognized or what you call them accredited qualification, they will start feeling the brunt. They already start having that experience, because when they go to start their study in those colleges, then they know that they are not learning Ayurveda at that level that can give them that in-depth understanding of the subject. Because again and again, at many platforms I already have mentioned, Ayurvedic science is one of the oldest system of medicine, which is practiced in India for thousands of years, and now for the last at least 100 years at a university's level, and where 6-year full-time Ayurvedic qualifications are run parallel to the medical qualifications as we do, and then those graduates have to work in the government hospitals or they set up their own practices, and then 6-year full-time study, and then 1 year of full-time internship at different hospitals and centers. You can understand how in-depth learning of that science will be. And then to learn that science, yes, you might say we are not becoming an Ayurvedic doctor, but then you are still going to deal with the client and still going to deal with their problem, health issues. And that is the biggest concern, that public is now choosing Ayurvedic practitioner for their healing, because now they have realized that if there is a science which has a complete approach, if there is a science which can give them and empower them for their well-being, that is only Ayurvedic medicine. But then if they visit to those kind of practitioners who don't have that level of learning, understanding, skills, either in the diagnosis, either in the pathologies, either in the understanding of herbologies, what will happen? That client will start losing that trust and faith in this science. And those, all of you who are practicing Ayurveda at the moment and feel this is not our area to say to anyone, because we have our own qualification and we are setting up practice, mind you, you will be the one who will suffer a lot. Reason is, as you can all see, how much money, how much time, how much effort all of you have put or are putting to learn this science to that in-depth level, so that you can become a competent, confident Ayurvedic practitioner and set up in a good practice, so you can interact with the public, you can interact with the co-professionals in a much confident way. But now if you have across the road or after 100 yards or meters another person sitting with that sort of qualification, what we call as neither it is nationally recognized, neither it's offered through an RTO and not accredited qualification, but calling themselves Ayurvedic lifestyle consultant, where you will end. So we all have to, again, as I said, this message is not to undermine anyone, but I am sharing that when you are running in a profession which comes under Vedic philosophy, why you have to speak lies? You can definitely run the course, no harm in that we are running in a short course. We are running this course which can give you the taste of Ayurveda, which can give you the brief understandings where you can utilize those principles in your own life or for your family member, but you are not becoming a practitioner. And even in our college, I run the short courses also, right, for Ayurveda. Nothing wrong in that, but we clearly talk about that you are not becoming a practitioner by doing this course. Because not everyone is able to commit for a 3-year sort of intense study and for such a big amount which they have to pay, their time, their energy, their financial commitments are all going to happen, and not everyone want to do that, and they want to have a taste of that science, that whether that is suitable for me or not, which is very right approach for many of us, those who are a bit undecided. But for the sake of luring those people, just because if someone is in Sydney or someone is in Melbourne or someone is in Perth or Adelaide, and they are luring them that you need not to go somewhere else to study, you can study in your own city, which again everyone would like to prefer. But then if the course is not recognized, course is not having that in-depth learning and not an accredited course, not an registered training organization, for God's sake, be honest. Provide the right information to the prospective student. People are not fully understand, and when they commit, they paid their money, their hard-earned money, then they send lot of emails to us at our college. Even my personal email, I can show at least 10 or 15 emails I have, that those people who join those courses and feel that they have been cheated. I don't want to say these things, but then what we will say to them? Because those qualifications in no way going to make them to practice. They can practice till the day they get these regulations more strictly under government's part. So that where I feel today that time is coming up, month of January is very crucial. So be aware of this information which is now prevailing outside. Many colleges are talking to them, lot of people, that we are recognized training organization, we are providing you a accredited qualification, which is not right. Accredited qualification, you have to ask two things. Please, can you tell us what is your RTO number? RTO number means registered training organization are the only one who can offer that qualification. Then you look at that, do you offer those code qualification, HLT 52615, which is diploma in Ayurvedic lifestyle consultant. Look at all the units. You have Ayurvedic unit and then the common unit. If those all there, then no harm. You should join that. Whether they are providing you sufficient practical knowledge or not knowledge, that is not for me to comment. I never comment on. As long as they are offering that. But what is coming up, and that's the reason I am here, is that they are not recognized qualification colleges. They are not offering accredited qualification, national Ayurvedic qualification, and providing false information. So be aware of that. It is your life, it is your future. Make an informed decision. You must look for, don't get lured with the money, don't let go lured with the time that, okay, I can get this qualification in 6 months or 9 months. At the end of the day, you have to set up a practice and don't play with the life of public who have a last hope that this is the science which ultimately can help them. So come collectively and make an effort to safeguard this science, safeguard your own conscience, otherwise you have to pay. Yes, you might say, I'm not going to pay to anyone, perfectly fine. But then there is one power where no one can go away. So you will be answerable to higher self, but you will be answerable to your own conscience also. Because the science which you are picking up, that is where it is based on that principle. So be aware, and then those who are graduate already running their practices, again my message to them, play your dharma. You must stand for injustice, provide the information to people, whoever come in your contact, that don't talk about that you go to AIS. I'm not saying that, right? I'm saying that pass on them that what sort of qualification you need to practice Ayurveda in Australia. At least if that you can do, you are fulfilling your dharma. Thanks everyone.